everyone, I'm Rakna. Here I will explain everything about linguistics as my final assignment in the Linguistics in ELD course with Miss Dongmi as the lecturer. The first, starting from what is linguistics? According to George Yule in his book, The Study of Language, linguistics is the scientific study of language. He'll explain that linguistics seeks to understand the system of knowledge about language that exists in the human mind. How language is structured, how it works, how it is used, and how it is acquired. Linguistics studies various aspects of language such as sound, word structure, sentence structure, meaning, and how language used in the social context. For you, the main goal of linguistics is to describe and explain how language works and how speakers actually use it in everyday life. In linguistics, there are two main classifications, namely microlinguistics and macrolinguistics. Microlinguistics is a branch of linguistics that studies language from an internal perspective, focused on the structure of the language itself, such as phonetic, phonology, morphology, syntax, semantic, and pragmatics. Meanwhile, macrolinguistics studies language by looking at external factors that influence language use, such as social, psychology, culture, educational, and communicative factors. The example includes sociolinguistics, psycholinguistics, neurolinguistics, stylistic, cognitive linguistics, geographical linguistics, and computational linguistics. And now, after explaining what linguistics is, I will discuss one of the branch of linguistics, namely psycholinguistics. What is psycholinguistics? What the example? Let's check it out.
Psycholinguistics is a branch of linguistics that studies the relationship between language and human mental process. This field focuses on how language is processed cognitively, that is, how humans comprehend language, produce language, and acquire language. In psycholinguistics, language is viewed as a product of brain function involving process of perception, memory, and thought. Language processing involves gradual brain work and is primarily dominated by the left hemisphere. When someone hears a word, the sound is processed in the auditory cortex. Then the meaning is understood in the Wernicke's area. After that, the brain plans the response and organizes the language structure in Broca's area before the word is spoken through motor cortex activation. Psycholinguistics can be found in various everyday activities. For example, when someone hears another person speak, their brain immediately processes the sound, recognizes the word, and understands their meaning. Also, when speaking, a person can plan ideas, choose the right word, and then express them spontaneously. This process happens very quickly and mostly unconsciously. Psycholinguistics is also evident when children learn their mother tongue, starting from imitating sound to forming complex sentences. In addition, when reading or writing, the brain works to connect letters, sound, and meanings. Even when someone forgets a word, misspeaks, and gets nervous when speaking, it shows the presence of thinking and knowledge processing. And now, I would like to share some videos for you.
The city you live in.
Describe the city.
Describe the city you live in.
ये बी की जगह डी तो डी की जगह बी, एक जैसे दिखने वाले अक्षरों के बीच में कंफ्यूजन। और ये एस और आर उल्टा लिखा है, बल्कि कई सारे अक्षर उल्टे लिखे हैं। ये देखिए।
My name is Ray Demnitz. I'm 20 years old. I'm from New York City and I stutter.
Merry Christmas, Mom.
Oh, no, no, not your mom, not your mom. My name is Catherine.
There are several issues in psycholinguistics that involve disorders in language comprehension, production, and acquisition, which are often related to problems occurring in brain function and cognitive process. For example, aphasia, which is a language disorder caused by brain damage, usually due to a stroke or head injury. Then, there is dyslexia, where the affected person has difficulty recognizing letters, associating letters with sounds, and understanding written text. The next is stuttering, which is a speech fluency disorder involving repetition of sounds, syllables, or words related to motor and cognitive language process. There is also Alzheimer's, which is a neurodegenerative disorder that causes a decline in language and memory abilities, such as forgetting vocabulary and having difficulty speaking. Based on the explanation above, it can be concluded that psycholinguistics plays a role in understanding how language works in the human mind. Psycholinguistic issues arise due to the complex interaction between the brain, cognitive process, and psychological factors. Impairments in memory, attention, or information processing can affect how a person understands and uses language, resulting in suboptimal language skills. In addition, emotional condition and life experiences can also strengthen or worsen language problems. The balance between brain function, mental process, and an individual's psychological condition greatly determines a person's ability to communicate effectively. To overcome these problems, various forms of therapy can be applied according to the type of disorder. Speech and language therapy is carried out to retrain speaking and language comprehension skills, while specific interventions such as reading and writing exercise are applied in case of dyslexia. Psychological support and cognitive stimulation are also important, especially for people with Alzheimer's or emotional disorders, in order to maintain language skill and improve quality of life. A patient, supportive, and communicative environment greatly supports of therapy. In addition to direct therapy, prevention and strengthening language skill from an early age are also important steps. Providing appropriate language stimulation, encouraging consistent verbal interaction, and managing stress and psychological condition in a healthy manner can help prevent or minimize psycholinguistic problems later in life. This effort emphasizes the importance of a holistic approach that focuses not only on disorder, but also on the development of language skill and overall psychological well-being. From this, we can learn about the mental process and brain function involved in language comprehension, production, and acquisition, as well as the dominance of the left hemisphere in language processing. In addition, the discussing of various language disorders such as aphasia, dyslexia, stuttering, and Alzheimer's show that language ability is highly dependent on brain condition and cognitive function.
Okay guys, and now I want to tell you why linguistic knowledge is important for English teacher. The first, from linguistics, the teacher can more understanding language structure. The second, it can improving teaching strategies. The third, can diagnosis and address a learning problem. The fourth, it can enhancing communication skill. And the last, it can supporting and teaching of pronunciation and listening.
Based on the overall discussion, it can be concluded that linguistics is a very important subject for English teacher to study, especially in the context of English language teaching or ELT, because it provides a deep understanding of the structure, function, and use of language, as well as how language is processed and learned by humans. As explained in the branch of psycholinguistics, knowledge of linguistics and psycholinguistics enables teachers to design effective teaching strategies, make it easier for teachers to address student learning difficulties, and improve their communication skill in various aspects of language, including speaking, listening, reading, and writing. By understanding linguistics, teachers can create more focused, adaptive, and enjoyable learning experiences. So, that students can master the language more optimally. Therefore, mastery of linguistics along with an understanding of psycholinguistics can support the quality of English language teaching and the overall success of student learning. Thanks all for this explanation and thank you for watching this video. See you later.